What we call weight has two components. It has fat and muscles, or what is sometimes called fat-free mass. So what we have a problem with is the fat. Like when I was 100 kgs, if I was 100 kgs, but my muscles were 90 kgs and only 10 kgs were fat, I'll be very happy, because in that case I'll be looking like The Rock, and that would be very cool. But it wasn't the case. I had this a lot of fat in my belly, in my love handles, in my chest. So the problem we have is fat. However, the machines, when you go weigh your scale in a weighing scale, you get into a weighing scale, the weight you get there is the whole weight, inclusive of your muscles and your fat. But it doesn't tell you what component is the fat and what component is the muscles. That is what we are going to look at. When you are looking at weight loss, what we should be concerned about is fat loss. Actually, you should be calling it fat loss, not weight loss, because when you're losing weight, you should not be losing your muscles, because muscles are very, very important. For most of us, we like muscles because of the good looks they give us. But the story is more than that. Muscles are needed in many areas of our body. Remember, we have been talking about visceral fat, which is fat inside your organs. We also have muscles that are inside your organs. For example, you have cardiovascular muscles that help your heart pump. So, and if you don't have muscles for your heart to pump, your heart will stop and will die basically. And then there are muscles that are involved with the movement of food within your digestive tract. It's called peristalsis. There are muscles that are involved with peristalsis. If you lose those muscles, you lose your ability to eat and swallow the food, and the food to get digested. So basically, it will just be a matter of days, then you die. So muscles are very, very important, and we should be very careful such that when you are losing weight, we should not lose muscles. Otherwise, we look like this person. We do not want to look like that. We want to lose fat without and keeping our muscles. So when you go to the reason we are saying your weight scale it's not lying, it's not basically not lying, but it's not telling us the whole story, because the whole story is about our muscles and our fat. That is the whole story. And we have said the importance of muscles in cardiovascular muscles, the muscles that are involved in processes like peristalsis, and the skeletal muscles that we are always obsessed about. And the skeletal muscles are also very good because they help burn fat. Muscles are always active. They're always active. So they will burn fat even after you have done your exercise. Even when you're seated down, muscle is a metabolically active organ. So what we need a measure that will tell us our composition of fat and our composition of muscles. So there is a different measure that is called body composition testing. Body composition testing will tell you exactly what is your fat and what is your mass ratio. So that today, if you go on a scale and you realize you see you are 100 kgs, then next month you see you have lost 5 kgs, 95. Before you go celebrate, that could be you have lost both muscles and both fat. We should not be losing our muscles as we lose our fat. So we need measures that can tell us whether we are doing things correctly. As we said in our last video, that will give you tools that can help you know whether you're doing things correctly. And I have experience. When I started this journey, when I was 100 kgs, I didn't take this test because I didn't know much about body composition test. But in January 27th of 2024, it's when I took this test. The first time I took the test, and it showed I had 90 kgs. I had already lost 2 months into the journey. I had already lost 10 kgs. So I had 90 kgs. Of the 90 kgs, 65 kgs was muscles, and 25 kgs were fat. That was giving me a percentage fat composition of 28%. So when I took that same test, about a month later, it was the 2nd of March 2024, I was 83.4, I think, around there, 83.8. So I had lost about 6.6 kgs, and that was very good. If I didn't know much, I would have celebrated, but I didn't celebrate. Why? Because I looked at the breakdown of how much I had lost. I had lost fat of 3.6 kgs, but I had also lost muscles of 3 kgs. Same ratio, almost the same ratio. 3 kgs, 3 kgs. If it were not for the body composition test, I wouldn't have known that I'm losing muscles. So I realized because I'm losing muscles, there's something I'm doing wrong. So I had to change some bits of things. The first thing I changed was I wasn't taking enough proteins. The data showed that. The data will show you whether you're taking enough protein. And since at this point I had somehow reversed my insulin resistance, I can take a little bit of more protein without a problem. So I started increasing my ratios of proteins. And then the other thing I did was I stopped from doing 1 meal a day. I started eating 2 meals a day so that I can increase my intake. And because I'm eating more food, if you eat more food, you increase your activity. So that because weight loss, you need to be in calorific deficit. You need to do more than you are eating. So if you eat more and you increase your activities, you'll be in a better fat burning zone. So you'll burn fat, but you're doing more activities. So I increased the number of steps I used to walk and the number of days as I was walking. And in the gym, I increased my weights and my rep. And this was the result. I took that test the other day on 6th April. I had taken it on 2nd March. So a month later, on 6th April, it fell there. I took the test. The test had said I had lost 1.6 kgs. I had moved from 83.8 to 82.2. That's what the body composition showed. But in terms of breakdown, I realized I had lost 2.3 kgs of fat. But why is it not 83.8 minus 2.3? Because that's how it should be. But rather, it came that I lost only 1.6. That means there's a difference of 0.7 grams. So where did the 0.7 grams go to? So when I went further, and I will attach these results here, I'll give you a link to where you can get these results. When I went further to analyze, I saw that when my muscles in 2nd March were 62 kgs, when I was taking the test in April, the muscles had risen to 62.7. So I had lost 2.3 fat, but gained 0.7 muscles. That's why the net effect was becoming that I have lost 1.6 kgs. So while it not for the body composition test, I wouldn't have known that. I would have thought, wow, I'm not losing as much as I should be losing. But I'm losing and also gaining, you see. So because of that, the body composition test helped me make the right decision. So when you are starting out, why we are saying this, and we look at those body composition testing, like the latest one I got in a better facility. It has a lot of information, like it can tell you whether you have enough protein in your body. Like mine index was 12.9. The range is normally between 10.4 and 14.4. That means I'm synthesizing my protein very well. A lot of my protein is being converted into tissues, into muscles, and what have you, basically contributing to growth. It will give you some of these statistics. It will even tell you your biological age. For me, I'm 41, my chronological age. But if you look at the result, it says I'm 38. You see, it will tell you whether you are aging gracefully or not, if you like such kind of things of aging. So it will give you a lot more than just saying your weight, that you have lost this much. It will tell you how much is mass, is fat, how much is fat, is muscles. So our recommendation when we are saying all this is that when you get into any program, maybe it's a fasting program, dieting program, exercise program, make a point of taking this composition test. It's not very expensive. It's around between 700 and 1,000 in most of the places that you will go. You take it so that it becomes a baseline. Then after maybe every month or two, you can be taking another one so that you can compare. Like the last one I went was a better machine. It can give you the history of how you have been doing so that you can see whether you're doing the right thing so that you can continue with them. And if you're not doing the right thing, like when I realized I was losing muscles, you can tweak your program. So that's how the body composition testing works. So that's how the body composition test will help you know whether you're making steps in the right direction or not. That's what we have for now today. Stay tuned, continue subscribing, liking the videos, and sharing widely. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.